What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be talking about all seven Source Dragon's elements. So let's talk about this. Now, thanks to Glenn Lacken, who is one of the writers of Dragon's Rising, he revealed all of the sources of all of the elemental powers belonging to each of the seven Source Dragons. Now, here is, of course, a list of all of them, and we're gonna go through all of the elements belonging to the different source dragons. And we're also going to be talking about some other elements as well. So let's talk about all of them. First up from the list, we of course have the source dragon of energy, which the source dragon of energy carries golden power, which golden power comes from all seven source dragons, which was confirmed by Doc Wyatt. So it makes sense to put golden power with energy and the rest of the source dragons. Then we of course have lightning, which is obvious because of the logo of the source dragon of energy. Then we of course have heat, then light, and propulsion. So those are the elements that are connected to the source dragon of energy. Golden power, lightning, heat, light, and propulsion. Up next, we of course got the Source Dragon of Motion, which the Source Dragon of Motion carries golden power, fire, speed, sound, quake, and shockwave. So those are all of the elements belonging to the Source Dragon of Motion. Once again, golden power, fire, speed, sound, quake, and shockwave. Next, we have the Source Dragon of Strength. Now, its elements are golden power, earth, metal, gravity, surface tension, and fusion. So, those are all of the elements that are connected to the Source Dragon of Strength. That being golden power, earth, metal, gravity, surface tension, and fusion. Up next, we got the Source Dragon of Life, which it carries golden power, energy, nature, poison, plants, and size. All of those elements are connected to the Source Dragon of Life. So we of course have golden power, energy, nature, poison, plants, and size. Up next, we have the Source Dragon of Flow, which its elements are consisted of golden power, water, time, wind, smoke, and form. Those are all of the elemental powers that do connect to the Source Dragon of Flow, that being golden power, water, time, wind, smoke, and form. Next, we have the Source Dragon of Focus, which its elements being golden power, ice, mind, reflex, figment, and technology. So those are all of the elemental powers connected to the Source Dragon of Focus, that being golden power, ice, mind, reflex, figment, and technology. And finally, we of course have the Source Dragon of Balance, which it carries golden power, balance, shadow, and amber. So those are all of the elemental powers that do connect to the Source Dragon of Balance, that being golden power, balance, shadow, and amber. So yeah, those are all of the elemental powers that connect to all seven source dragons, but we have other more elemental powers. Now we of course have Chaos, which all belongs to Thunderfang, but Thunderfang is a wannabe source dragon, so I of course include him as Chaos with the five different elemental powers that belong to the Forbidden Five. That being Brute Force, Fear, Decayed, Misfortune, and Swarm. So those are all five elements that connect to Chaos, aka Thunderfang. Now, finally, we're gonna go through on some of the other elements that were not mentioned at all to any of the Source Dragons. So we of course have creation, destruction, and darkness. Now, creation, destruction, and darkness are elemental essence. Many people had theorized that creation and destruction should belong to the Source Dragon of Balance, but Glenn Lacken confirmed that they were not touched upon. So as of right now, creation and destruction, which includes darkness as well, are elemental essence. And finally, we of course have portals and imagination. Now, these two elements are non-canon, but I put an asterisk on both of them just because that in yesterday's video I talked about whether or not if these elements were indeed canon, where would they belong to? So for portals, I put an asterisk with the same color as energy. So portals would definitely belong to the Source Dragon of Energy, and imagination. I put an asterisk on it as well, and the same color as focus, meaning that the element of imagination would definitely belong to focus. But as of right now, portals and imagination are non-canon to the show, but I put asterisks on them just in case that if they were a part of the Source Dragons lineup. So, yeah, that is all of the elemental powers that are connected to each of the source dragons. Let me know what do you think of all of this regarding on all of the sources to all of the elemental powers, and leave all your thoughts down in the comments down below. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications whenever I post a brand new video, and until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!